this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it.
Welcome back to Graveyard Shift with Desypleanddre, episode 15, right?
Yeah, episode 15.
Yeah, episode 15 weeks up in this motherfucker being, I can't say that word. Here we go already. But yeah, 15 weeks up in this bitch, and Dre, tell them what we talking about tonight so I can share this shit like always.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the link here. All right, tonight's show, we are talking about old heads.
Like, what you mean old heads?
Like just what I said, old heads, man.
Just old heads.
Just old heads in general.
Old heads.
What they be doing.
Right.
Why they still gangster being old heads.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could dig that. Fucking Nat's over here fucking with me with my old headed ass.
Then we talking about seeing is believing.
It's seeing believing.
You know, kind of like how mainstream media can pull the wool over your eyes and
Okay, so kind of like, is it still like a valid saying because people can trick you right in front of your face, mirages, shit like that nowadays?
right.
Okay, okay.
And then we are talking about drugs and alcohol and the effect they have on creativity,
Okay, like good or bad?
good or bad.
I can dig
We're
that.
gonna we go cover both topics, so you know it doesn't seem like we're partial one way or the
Right.
other. But yeah,
I can
that's what
dig
we're
it.
talking about.
I can dig it. I can dig it. We give everybody a couple minutes to get in the room. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Mash that subscribe button for Dusty and Dirt tonight. Couple more
Dusty and
times.
Dirt, woo!
Right. But remember, we do this every Friday at 11 o'clock now on Graveyard Shift. So, what am I doing? Pasting. That's okay. Fuck out my way, y'all. Did it work? Where'd it go?
Yeah, stuff just be disappearing.
No, okay. Join us now. We're live. Okay.
I don't want to join us now.
Yeah, man, you just hurt my fucking feelings with that bullshit. Whatever.
I'd be doing that.
We could,
Damn, where my smokes at, man? All right.
we could
damn,
put Gutta up on the show.
You want to put Gutta on the show?
Yeah, we could.
Does he want to do it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, how we gonna put him on if you don't know if he wants to do it or not?
I think I might have to talk to him here in a minute, or he might stop by in the middle of the show. So either way.
Right. One sec.
Where you going? Where you going?
Talk to him.
Hi. My name is Kenneth Desyple Grow. You can check me out on YouTube. You can see me on Instagram. You can check me out on Facebook. And remember, we are sponsored by Asling Entertainment, LLC.com on Google. Oh, sorry. I thought we was going to like a commercial break or something.
Oh, that was the shit.
I was just
love that.
advertising. Make sure
Yeah,
you
no,
buy
no.
some No Evil gear or some Asling gear. We got that.
Yeah, no evil. You know, we got plenty of them.
Smoke weed every day.
Hey.
It's like music Tourette's when it comes to
Right.
that. All right, so what was our first? Oh, old heads.
Old heads.
So you mean
Old heads.
So is that kind of like asking the question, like, is there like a certain age or a certain period in your life where you got to get over that shit? Like, I understand like keeping your respect and all, but other than that, like, there's a time to check out or a point in your life.
Like, all right. Here's how I'm taking this. You know, you can be gangster with it still, but you gotta get out the damn streets at some point in time.
Well, right, like there ain't no 401k, you know, especially if you
Yeah, I
got
mean, that-
family, something like that, unless that's like your family business. Well, then that's
Like if you if you late 40s, you know, and up, and you still running in the streets talking gangster rah-rah, you know, so something's wrong with that scenario. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it.
like what happened in your life that, you know, kept you in the streets that damn long?
Right. That made, like, why didn't you get out?
Or all right, like you got a plethora of knowledge, you know, being in the streets and, you know, doing this and doing that. Pass that knowledge on to somebody, and not in a gangster go run the streets type of way.
Right, like learning.
You know, yeah, pass it on like, look, man, I did that. I've been where you are, you know, don't do that shit.
So, like, the mistakes, learn from your mistakes, but then teach others so they don't have to go through that. I always thought the goal was to get out the streets if he was in the streets anyway.
You would think, right?
Last I knew, but you got to remember, society is a lot about clout chasing now and things of that nature.
Yeah, but I don't get that at all.
I don't know. Some people don't even give a fuck to be sitting in a jail cell. They're like, yeah, I got cool points. I went to jail.
Yeah, but how is that cool, man? Like,
they don't got
why
nothing to lose, I'm thinking.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like that rubs me the wrong way or something.
I gotta share that to my story too. I'm tripping.
You know, that really rubs me the wrong way.
Well, yeah, but why is it you think that's how it is though? Like, or has it been like that every generation?
I think it's been like that every generation, like, because I don't know, man. Every family has that one criminal element to them, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, they done been in and out of prison,
right?
You know, pretty much their whole lives,
right?
You know what I mean? They get out for a little bit, you know, they cooling for a minute, and then they do something stupid,
right?
And end up right back in jail. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lifelong cycle, man. Like, I don't know. They don't feel comfortable out in the real world, or I don't know what that is.
Excuse me. I mean, I do believe people get institutionalized and things like that. Fuck.
And they don't feel comfortable on the outside.
Right.
Like,
but I mean, as of the other shit, I don't know, because like you said, it kind of goes like that. It seems like every family, you know, whether they're street orientated or family orientated, every family has that one outcast or black sheep or what you want to call them that's always in and out of jail or fucking up, and the whole family's got to take care of them.
And they're like, what is your problem?
And then they'd be like,
why are you doing
like
this?
50 years old and, you know, burying their hands, standing on the corner at the store trying to punk the little cats walking in, coming up and shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a lifestyle and they commit to it. They just committed to the wrong lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's kind of wild to me.
But I get it from both perspectives, because I used to have people tell me that, you know, when I was younger and in the streets, and, you know, it would be like that, you know, won't you do this, won't you do that? And I was like, fuck you, y'all, I know everything. And then now that I'm older, I mean, I still have situations, you know, where certain situations set me off and I want to resort to doing things of that nature. But no, I can get it. It is a hard conversion, but yes, you're supposed to. Kids come around, family, houses, you start to have things you could lose, then yeah, get the fuck out the streets. But maybe these cats never got nothing or had no care, so they're like, fuck it, nothing to lose.
That's a sad existence.
It is.
You know what I mean? That.
But if that's where you ended up, live it, right?
I guess. I mean, if you stayed single, you didn't start a family, you didn't work for anything, you didn't do any of that, and all you're doing is running the streets.
Right.
I mean, that's all you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's literally all you know, and you don't have anybody to fall back on.
Yeah. That's shit.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a sad, shitty existence. Like,
I know a couple of them people, you know, just around our town alone, people we
so
grew
do
up with, or people that were older than us, and that's kind of what their existence turned into. I'm not gonna mention no names, but I mean, you know, like I know a few people, and
yeah, But you know,
But then I've seen people that were the biggest, most hardcore street people that straight turn church and turn their whole life around
yeah, and I was
and
getting ready to mention
and
that. You know what I
live a
mean? Like,
family life and things of that nature now. And I'm kind of one of them. You know, minus I still do music and shit. So people come at me with the misconception that I'm gonna come run out and meet them and fight them. Like, no, I'm 41 years old. I ain't got time. You either go take my opinion, get the fuck over it, or do something when you see me. And I'm gonna probably, you know, well, most of y'all know what I'm gonna do. So,
right.
but yeah, no,
I mean, but why does it have to come to that though? You know what I
it
mean? Like,
shouldn't have to be real with you. But like I said, I can see both sides because when I was younger, I used to think that's what you got to resort to. But now that I'm older, I'm like, what the fuck would I want to waste my time? You know, get in
but all
trouble,
right,
catch a
you
case, things of that
you live
nature.
that shit. So I mean, like when people come after you, you know, when you're the age you are now, like
I'm like, leave me the fuck
doesn't
alone.
that bother you?
It does bother me, but in my case, I think about it in a way that, like, it's kind of like you know, you make your bed, you sleep in it, type of shit.
Right.
And I'm a realist, so you know, I can't sit here and be like, you know, if I was never involved in the streets, I'd never have no ties to the streets, and I'd never have them issues for the most part. So yes,
But I mean, all right.
yes, it
Do you
bugs
think
me, and that's
do you
what
think it
I,
made you a better man,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
for living that
yeah,
and getting out of it
yeah,
as opposed to not to?
yeah,
Like, you feel what I'm saying on
yeah.
that?
No, I do. Like I wouldn't take, you know, none of it back if that's what you're getting at because it
Right.
made
Yeah.
me who I am. The struggle makes you who you are. I mean, I still struggle every day, but like I was saying at the beginning, you know, I have them moments still where, you know, people start popping flying. You know, I kind of have a Tourette's moment for a minute, like motherfucker. But then,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I'm in my head like, don't let them do that. You know what I'm saying? You've been beyond that, so why even feed into that?
Right.
It's even sadder when it's people from my generation or above me and they still teach their kids that life and all that shit even after everything you know we've gone through and things like that, but we talked about that before. But yeah, that's just
Right.
crazy. i
Yeah, I
don't
feel it.
i don't know why.
But I mean, there's quite a few of, you know, the, like you were saying, the generation above us and our generation that are still out in the streets. And you know, all right, I'm a few years older than you, so I mean, you know, there's cats my age still in the streets and, you know, older, that are still running around talking that gangster shit. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you about to be 50. Like, what is you doing with your life?
Remember, chime in on the comments, people. Like, share, subscribe.
Who
um
got in here with us?
I don't know, there's like 3 people in here. Who knows who's in here? They'd have to say something, but I don't know. It's probably 3 of them motherfuckers living that life right now, so they don't want to talk. They're like, fuck that.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, you think that would make you say something though, you know what I mean? But
Right. I mean, if you're in the streets making money or things of that nature, no matter how you doing it, and it's quick money, I could see that being a reason it's hard to let it go. But when you say that shit, I'm thinking more of the people that like let that life take control of them, and they're like bums or almost homeless or living off other people or
that's what I'm talking about.
things of that nature.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
like,
about those cats. Like, what is going through your head, man? Like,
or are you just that high and fucked up all the time or something like that that you don't even realize all this time has passed.
I mean, it could be that too. I mean, like, there's a lot of, you know, problems with, you know, drugs and, you know, what have you. But
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I think it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think they're just like, fuck it.
Right,
You
basically.
know, this how I am, and
Well,
this how I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
be.
just think some people ain't as strong-minded as others. That's why we got leaders and followers, and a lot of shit's mind over matter. I know it sounds cliche, but a lot of people have addictive personalities and things of that nature. Because I've seen people that are homeless and fucking broke, but the drug habit they have is enough money to buy a fucking house in a couple months that they spend on drugs.
Yeah.
and shit like that, and they
Oh, I've seen
choose
that. I've seen that.
and
I've seen
they
that many
choose to
times.
rather buy the drugs and things of that nature instead of, live a normal life. But I guess, like
Right.
I said, or like you said, some people get to that point to where they're like, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, how do you get to that point though? You know what I mean? Like, what happened in your life that led you to that point? All right. From the time I met you to right now, the person I initially met and the person you are now are two completely different people.
Well, yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? Like,
But at the same
it's
time, because as funny as it sounds, because I've did many of shows and we do this show and we do music and music videos, concerts, shit of that. When it comes to personal life, I'm kind of real private online.
right.
So a lot of people still come at me in a negative way because they don't know who I've been the last 10 years or so or things of that
Right.
nature. They're like, I make a song and I'm talking about the past. They're like, oh, they assume I'm in the streets or something like that,
Right. That you're still doing it. You're just
Right,
speaking on life
right. Life
lessons that you've been through.
experiences and
Yeah.
lessons, right. So yeah, no, it's a trip. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's I don't know. That's just wild to me, man. Like,
But why people
I,
get stuff like that all their life, I don't know. Either they're devoted to that shit, or they had no dreams or nothing like that, or like you said, they just got knocked off their feet and never got back up.
like I see it like, all right, matter of fact, tonight, I seen it. I'm taking my girl to work and I come back and I pass the bar. I passed a couple bars and some of those cats is at the bar, hanging out, just out in the streets, like outside the bar, just
Chilling.
chilling and being rowdy and talking thug shit.
I mean, I still see people, that were in the bars when I was growing up on certain corners that are still there that I grew up and was going to the bars. And now that I don't go no more and I'm more family oriented, they still there. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? So I definitely
Yeah,
get,
I don't get it.
I definitely get
and
where you're coming from.
shit. All right. The other day, you know what I mean? Like, was riding down the road, you know what I mean? And I seen one of them cats from our generation or, above us. And,
Yeah.
it's early in the morning, man. My man's just sitting out on the bench.
Looking like
6:30 in the morning, looking like a crackhead.
waiting for a store or something to open.
Like, what is you doing?
Something.
Like, what is you doing?
It's sad.
And you've been doing the same thing since we was little cats.
Right.
Like, what is you
I
doing?
remember having that conversation with you.
You know what I mean? Like, that blows my mind, man. Like,
I don't
for
know.
real.
And some of them people got kids, all that shit.
Like, I don't know. Did we not reach out good enough to, some of these people? And, did they end up this way because, they didn't have like the support system that, say you had or I had, or
I don't know.
what
I didn't
Like,
have a support system. Like I
what
learned
was your support system?
everything on my own, minus, the real close. I don't like to say friends because it's more like family because I don't fuck with people a lot. But, I had a lot of people that would, tell me, don't do this, don't do that, or that's a bad decision. And I only confide in a lot of people. So I can't see that as an excuse for people fucking ending up the way they do. Unless it's like I said, they're just weak-minded, which technically ain't their fault, but nevertheless, it's sad at the same time.
See, all right. The thing with me and you, we kind of rubbed off on each other. You know what I mean? Like, you gave me some bad habits, I gave you some good habits, and it kind of all feng shuied after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. You take the good with the bad, and you turn it into something.
Right.
I mean, that's how I feel. It should be.
No, you're supposed to learn from good or bad experiences. See, I try, even if it's a bad experience, I try to, learn something positive out of it, if that makes sense. I try to find the good in it, the lesson,
Right.
the whatever, you know what I mean?
Right. I feel it. I don't know, man. That's a weird subject to me, man. Because like, you know, I see cats I went to school with, and you know, they doing the same stuff they was doing in high school, and like we talked about this on another show.
Yeah, like,
And
go ahead.
like, go ahead. Like, how did you not grow up?
I don't know. I've
Like,
seen a lot of dudes that was always clowning and thinking they was better than everybody else, and they were like, you know, the more popular kids in school, even the females too. And like most of the females ended up, you know, rest in peace to them. A lot of them ended up dead or in prison over drugs and shit. And then a lot of the dudes, same way, you know, came from good families, good backgrounds, good fucking money, good, had everything, and
yeah,
they ended up worse off than me in life. So I'm like, damn.
yeah, and I've seen that a lot too. You know what I mean? Like, but I've seen cats turn it around too. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah, I've seen.
they went through that shit at an early age, and you know, there was like, okay, wait, let's flip this around. And
Yeah, I've seen cats switch it up and, you know, fix it after they got fucked up or whatever it may be. I've seen a lot of people recover and do good. I've seen a lot of people do worse, but
yeah,
it's possible. But I don't know, because there's some things I don't really. I understand, but I guess I understand them in a different way because I don't have like an addictive personality or things like that.
right. Yeah, see, neither do I.
I'm
And
like, if
I
I'm
don't
gonna quit
understand.
something, I'm just gonna quit it. Now I understand some drugs got like you know, withdrawals, things of that nature that could be real harsh, but at the end of the day, if you want to quit something, you're gonna quit it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But it's not just drugs, you know, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, like we're gonna talk about later in the show on certain things. But, you know, it could be the street lifestyle, which we're basically talking about. It could be the addiction to the quick money. It could be all that shit that could lead
All right, but all right,
to your downfall.
I need to know this from your personal experience. Like, what is addictive about the streets?
It's not the streets.
So besides the money,
It
you know what I
wasn't.
mean? Like, what?
It wasn't the streets for me. It was.
Then
It was the money.
okay,
Like, you gotta understand me when I say this. I remember, like, share, subscribe, but, and this is coming from me, it's the honest, the truth. I don't know, I can't speak for nobody else, but when you're making $1,000 to $10,000 a day after, say, you've worked, you know, since you was like 16 to like 20 something, and you're roofing, busting your ass, things of that nature, and you're making a punk ass $7-8 an hour, because that's what it was back then. That was good money.
right, yeah,
And you know, you bring home a punk ass $350. That was a halfway decent check back then per weekly, or you know, shit
right, yeah.
like that. And then, you
Oh,
know,
trust me, I
in
remember
my
those
case,
days.
I got a little fucked up in a car accident. I ain't gonna tell everything, but I got a little fucked up in a car accident. Couldn't work for a while. I ended up, you know, grabbing some things, flipping some things. And then it ended up to the point to where if you're making like, you know, $1,000 to $10,000 a day, or things of that nature. And mind you, it's not all profit. You know, everything's like a business. You know, you still got to buy your product, blase, blase, things of that nature.
Right,
But it's kind of hard to go back to being a corporate slave for $350 a week when you make more than that in a day.
right. I feel it.
And then you get to the point to where you feel as if you're untouchable and you can have anything you want, and you kind of lose track of reality.
As you did. We ain't gonna get into that though.
Well,
But
no, but I didn't quite lose track of reality. Like, I never was on a crazy tip. Everything I said was true and it happened. Because I'm a realist, but that's a whole nother story.
right,
But when it comes to the aspect of how you were bringing it across, you know, like, I don't know. For me, it was the factoring in of, and I can't even say like my first couple of kids, that changed me a lot in a lot of ways. I would say started the conversion that took about a 10-15 year process. I ain't gonna lie when it comes to a lot of things. But
right. I feel it.
for me, it was kids, owning things, kids, jail, my house, actually having things to lose. As for when I was growing up, I was a loner, you know, like
Right.
not really family orientated, minus, my grandparents and shit like that. So once I actually had something to lose, and I woke up one day and was like, I'm this age, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you and me getting an argument, right? And say you
Right.
was a nobody, you didn't have shit in your life, nothing to lose. I'm me, I got my house, my kids, my little things. It ain't much to other people, but it's a lot to me. I let you
Right.
get under my skin, I beat your ass, and I happen to win. Even though I win, I end up in jail. Now I gotta pay court costs, possibly be on probation, fight a case, sit in jail, my bills go behind, possibly lose my house, shit like that. And you
Right.
still won at the end of the day and drug me down to where you're at. How was I
Right.
cool doing that? Was that clout worth that? Like, or whatever it is?
I mean, but all right, us being the age we are now, like we built up a good bad reputation.
Yeah, you either love
You
us
know what I
or you
mean?
hate us.
Yeah, I mean, like
But it's
we
all
built up.
love.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We've been through some things, man. Like, and me and you are like night and day, man. Like, we come from different backgrounds, different this and that, and I don't know. Like, I'm one of those people that do like the street and do like the
You're fascinated by it,
yeah.
is what it is.
It intrigues me.
It's not fascinating.
Like I because I didn't experience that though. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you
when I
did
got
little by little.
I did little by little, but like I'm talking like when I was coming up,
Well, yeah.
I did not have that same experience you did, but that lifestyle intrigues me, and I'll watch it from the far, but I don't want to dive head first into it. You know
Well,
what I mean?
no,
Like,
and then a lot of shit you seen me involved in and shit.
right,
But at the same time, you learn lessons from it, though. So just like I've learned, lessons from your walk of life and things of that nature, whether it
right.
be, dealing with certain people in certain situations or things of that nature. But yeah, as of why other people, like, what made you change? What
What you
made
mean?
you second guess being, I don't want to say that because sometimes we don't, but I would say second guess, being erratic, regardless if the police are around. Like, what's your level of tolerance? What makes you have that tolerance?
Like dealing with cops and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because yeah, you see me spaz a few times, so I don't like the way they talk to me. So
Yeah, but I'm saying nowadays, like how, a motherfucker could be talking shit and it's like, haha,
I'll see,
whatever.
yeah, that's how I am now. Like I got old, man. Like, and
Yeah, but getting old's one thing. These motherfuckers get old too and they're still doing the same
yeah, but
shit.
see, I got, like you said, I got a house, I got, kids, I got things
Right.
I'm not willing to lose. You know what I mean? And
I feel that.
I got, a grown adult with me now, like my son, and I'm trying to set a good example for him, you know what I mean? And trying to make it so he can make it through life without doing dumb shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of my goal too. That's what pisses me off about some of these parents teaching their kids to be gangster and all that shit. And their parents is 40, 50 years old trying to live that life still. And I don't care
We
what
ain't gonna mention no
nobody.
names on that. I got one name in particular.
Yeah.
That is
To
like
me,
that.
that
You know what I
is,
mean?
it's just fucked up to me. I mean, I don't care what you say. Everybody in this town knows who the fuck I am. It's something I would never teach my, like, if you, well, me.
Yeah.
You're within my family. My kids call you uncle, all that
Right.
shit. They don't know you no different other than that.
Right.
But fucking, like, if you was to know me, because I am me, I'll still bust your fucking head if I have to over my family, something like that. But I'm not
Oh yeah,
trying
no
to
doubt.
resort to that. But people that don't know me would think my kids would be how I was, and my kids are the totally fucking opposite of it. Like, regardless of what I'm doing in life,
Like each one of
even
them is way different
yeah, even when I was fucked
than
up,
I
still
expect.
involved in the streets and all that shit back then, I always taught my kids morals. Hold doors open for people, you know, open the door for people, you know, please, thank you, shit of that nature.
Right.
And you see my kids, and you know me, I'm outspoken and rah rah. My kids are like, "Hi, how you doing today?" You know what I'm saying? And then you got
Right.
my son, and you know things of that nature. My oldest son and shit, and he's not doing too bad in life either. But he's not nothing like I was. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's something I take pride in. You know what I'm saying?
He is and he isn't.
He is, but he's not. He learned a lot from me is the only way I can put it, and from us
Right.
and things of that nature. So he's not stupid, and he moves in a certain way.
He moves like we move. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
that's
but he don't have to resort to the shit we had to resort
right.
to. Like,
But I mean, we was in a situation, you know, sitting in the bar, and you know, he was there, and you know, we're all there, and you know, we're looking at, you know, this cat like, all right, what's about to go down?
well, yeah, that's like Lyric, my 12-year-old. We pulled up in the driveway the other day, and my dude's daughter and them pulled up, and before I could even shut the truck out and get out, he hopped up, ran behind the truck because they flew up on us all quick. He was like, "Why you running up on my daddy all fast like that?" And I'm looking at him like, "What the fuck?" She was like, "Oh, your kids be riding for you, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a whole squad, and they don't play that shit."
Like it's, I mean, that's just the way we move, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I think they picked up on that, you know, over the years that, you know, you move as a unit, and
Well, that's how you're supposed to be.
you know, don't.
There is no I
That's
in
some
team.
military
Well,
stuff. You know
there
what I
is
mean?
no
That,
I in team, and nobody ever built an empire by themselves.
you know, we talked about, you know, few scuffles we got into, you know,
Which
while we were out and about.
which that kind of leads into the next subject too. Like, is everything, you know, is seeing believing? Is everything what it seems? Is or is we?
And it's not.
Is
All
there a
right,
lot
look.
of magic going on nowadays? Not so much magic, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're
You
saying.
can alter videos, you can alter pictures, you can alter. We got backgrounds on our screen. I can go to Florida right now if I wanted.
Right. I feel it. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
it's deeper than that because you know Hollywood affects movies, but it's deeper than that too because people are wooing people in reality right in front of people's faces.
all right, prime example. If you look up deep fake, you know, there are, you know, higher ups giving interviews and saying stuff
Yeah,
that was never said, never happened, and you know, but you see their faces on the screen, and
what up,
you know, you hear
Alexander?
their voices,
Yeah,
you know, and you know that stuff never happened.
right.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me
This is what
that they
trips me
have.
out about society. I'm gonna tell you one of my biggest issues if we're talking about seeing to believe it and into reality. They, okay, I'll put it this way. I think the best way to hide something is put it right in front of people's faces, because then they're like, it can't be. They would
Oh
never
yeah,
do that.
yeah, most definitely.
And
I mean, you see that a lot in news coverage and stuff, like how they, you know, report on events and stuff. You
right,
know,
or they only,
they'll be at the scene, right, and the wording they use,
oh yeah,
you know, spins that scene in a completely different manner.
mm-hmm.
You know what I
Or
mean?
the part of the clip they catch or put out, things that they edit up, you know, they only catch the
Yeah,
parts where something that fits their narrative fits in. They could be the totally opposite of that.
right. You know, that's, is it true?
Or is it
You know, let me see the whole clip.
right? And we've had a
You
lot
know,
of that too in fucked up situations. Like we've had that in some of the movements that was started, and then the whole clip comes out and it is what it is.
Yeah, it's completely different than what they were
Right.
saying.
And now they
You know,
done had a
happened.
whole bunch of people go fucking crazy, and they're like, "Oops, we didn't
You
mean
know, I
nothing
mean,
by that."
if you do that, you know, especially in America, I mean that starts a civil war, man. And you know, I think the whole goal here is to
Baby
divide.
shark do 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 do, baby
I'm
shark
sick
do
of
do
you.
do 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 do.
I mean, you
Sorry.
feel what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel the whole narrative is to divide.
Well, it is. It's like the book Divide and Conquer. Like if you read that, there's a lot of knowledge. If you know, you just got to pay attention. But yeah, that's
Oh,
since the beginning of
trust.
time. It's been that you divide people, and the higher ups stay in control because we're too busy fighting each other. But that's a whole nother bullshit ass subject.
You know, and everybody's in their phones. You know, but they ain't looking at nothing. You know what I mean? Like
Nothing.
they see it, but they ain't trying to research it. They ain't trying to find out. You know,
A lot of
they
people don't
just
want their feelings hurt. They can't
yeah.
go
And
against
but
their
all right,
beliefs.
here's the problem with society right now. You know, they'll see something on social media or whatever, or YouTube, Google News, whatever.
Right.
They'll see something on that and automatically believe it off rip. Internet said it's true, it's true.
Hmm.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
That's because we've been brainwashed that if the news or media says it, it's true, and that's not the narrative anymore.
You know, I grew up, in my grandparents' house, and the news was always on
Every night.
every night,
And
religiously.
Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Yep, religiously. You know what I mean? But we was watching the news, and the way they reported on things then and the way they report on things now is a little different. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like back
fuck
then,
you,
they
it's a
gave you
lot of different. They gave you all
yeah,
sides back then and the truth.
yeah. That's what I was about to get to. They gave you the whole thing.
But
You know
now
what I
it's
mean?
about
And
money.
so now they'll give you a clip of something and spin it a certain way, and
Have a
turns
whole
out,
bunch of people divided.
yeah, turns out that situation did not happen like that,
Mhm.
and it's not the truth.
One day they're going to be held liable for that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or is it
are they though?
or is it going to be like, some of the Nazis? They was just doing what their country told them.
Is that what it is? Though, I think it's bigger than that.
Think of that one that's twisted, but I ain't going to stay on this subject too long, though. The people that did the things to all them people that caused, that mass, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Their generals, their army, their government told them to do that. That's no different than us and our armies and our government telling us what we got to do overseas. If not, we can go to jail, things of that nature. We're traitors, right? Now we get
Right.
overtook, we get drugged to them countries we used to do them things to. All of a sudden we're a piece of shit, but we had no choice. So you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean? Like, all right, we go the military route. We're over there shooting civilians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Casualties of war.
we ain't fighting their army. We're fighting the people.
Yeah, but from what
From
what I heard, some of they civilians just like the army, fam.
Right, yeah, but I mean, you get what I'm saying though? Like,
drop your ass off on the shores over here. You think our civilians ain't gonna be the army?
well, true.
We ain't waiting for no backup.
Yeah, we're American though. You know what I mean? That's just our mentality, and that's
some egotistical shit, bro.
Is it though? I mean, American mentality is fuck it, let's get it.
These motherfuckers will run
up on somebody and see if that ain't their mentality.
Well, the world knows that. That's why every time they come after us, they fuck themselves up in the process to do it because they know they're gonna die anyway. But that's some more other politics shit. Yeah, they're always.
Oh shit! They pissed America off.
They always suicide bombing us or blowing themselves up or something. From all the different countries, not just one.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right, this is funny. I'm gonna go back to the other subject real quick.
We don't went
America's the old head gangster.
Yeah, like we was talking about.
Like America is an old head gangster.
Yeah.
Go ahead, shorty, run up on us.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Like,
they be look. I'm gonna tell you how gangster America is. We be running around the world extorting people. We're getting banned on this episode, but we're going somewhere. But listen, we run around the world extorting people. You got something, we can flip it. We want that shit. We stick our nose in it. You either cut us in or you cut us out. Now I'm gonna tell you another aspect how gangster we are. Like I said, motherfuckers don't go drop their people off on our land. There's been generals back in the day that said you won't even make it past, the sea line states because, 90 something percent of America owns guns and we ain't gonna let that shit happen.
right.
But regardless, so they always gotta come, fuck themselves up when they fuck us up and things of that nature. So, and then this is my third conclusion out of that, what makes us gangsters. We will fuck each other up like the Civil War, and then somebody else try to get involved, and we will join together and be like, nah, fuck that. Only we're allowed to kill each other. You ain't gonna kill us too. Like,
and then after it's all said and done, we go back to killing each other.
Right.
That don't make no damn sense. But I mean, that's American mentality.
Yeah. That's like our family mentality too. If you break it down, like we could fuck each other up, but if somebody else try to fuck us up, we're gonna come together and fuck them up, then go back to fucking each other up. I don't know, bro. We're twisted. We're like y'all. If all else fails, fuck shit up.
That's pretty much what America does. I mean, like,
that's why nobody likes us, bro.
We some bullies.
That's what I said that
we
since the beginning. We're bullies. We just sugarcoat it. Oh, we're trying to help you guys. Let me get all that shit, motherfucker. This is what you owe us for helping you. Oh, you want to go?
Straight bully.
Oh, do we have a problem?
Yeah.
Like
that's America all day. America.
Yeah, America, motherfucker.
Oh, that's funny.
That's fucked up. That could be a long rabbit hole, though. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Remember, we do this every Friday on Graveyard Shift at 11 o'clock now, though.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole. Cause
yeah, let's not. Because
we do be bullying shit like a motherfucker.
We're going to end up somewhere we don't want to be.
We was talking about motherfucking old heads, and then we got to talking about seeing and believing, but there's a lot of fucked up shit. We got to talk about
America.
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 America. Is that without the A?
That's without the A. That's America.
What they call us, Westerners.
Yeah.
And they say our lifestyle is different than any other countries.
It really is.
Like, I mean, we got our own culture, but it's weird because we got a melting pot more than any other country.
We do, but
we're
it's all the American way, though.
Yeah, but we're like not a country of one race, bro. We're like a bunch of mutts everywhere from every other country, and then we became the superpower. Twist your mind around that one. They're all like, we fucking hate you because you're not pure us, I guess, at the end of the day.
Is any of us pure us?
No, we're all mixed all them together in America. That's what I'm saying. Like, you ask a motherfucker like, oh, you white. What type of white? Oh, I'm Irish, German, Indian, fucking.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. It's weird.
That's funny, though.
It is. I don't see.
And you think a country with so much diversity in it would act a little different.
Yeah, we do. We fuck each other up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, like,
we have a lot of pride as our issue.
Which is, all right, if you go back in the day, like, all right, let's go back to 1776, you know what I mean? Like, that's where that nonsense started at.
Well, yeah, because we done woke up in the AM and we snuck across the thing and we fucked some shit up because we suckered some cats and
you know what I mean? Like, and we succeeded from England, you know what I mean? And we was like, nah, we ain't doing that no more. We over here now. America. You know what I mean? Like that's basically how that went down.
Then we fucked.
You know,
Then we fucked each other up, and
you know what I mean? But that's the American mentality.
that's what I'm
You know what I
saying.
mean? Like,
but that goes back
it's
to
been like that since the beginning of time.
it goes back to that bully mentality too, though. We're like we was like the underdogs, and then finally we got confidence, and we swung and knocked the motherfucker out. And we was like, we just gonna keep knocking everybody out.
Right.
And then the more people we knocked out, we just got geeked up. I mean, the whole world.
You do know the whole world hates us, right?
How the fuck do we run the UN and got a bunch of other countries like, yeah, guys, yeah.
Because they scared.
Like, no, that's fucking bullying. That's extortion.
That's what I'm saying. They scared.
They're like, we're gonna have a United Nations. That means all nations are equal. But final word always comes through us, motherfucker. America. Like, what?
Right.
How you get people to believe that bullshit?
They do though.
And they're like, yeah, we gonna be buddies with them because they gonna do something reckless if not. And we got these minerals or whatever over here, and if we don't let them have a little, they gonna take it all.
Like I said, man, like America's the drunk uncle at the bar. You know, you gotta have one too many and you don't know when he's gonna pop off.
No. America's like Kaiser Sosa. He's the businessman all smiling in your face in the perfect dream, and then behind the scenes, he's like got this alter ego fucking choking you up and dragging you under the bed like the clown on Scary Movie and shit and laughing. And then when he's done, he's like, you better not tell nobody.
Like, do you think other countries talk about us like we're the boogeyman?
When I was doing my review show all them years, I talked to a lot of people in like Australia and the UK and things of that nature, and they're just kind of getting on to like our 90s rap music. That's the style of music they're doing right now. But the weird thing is, it's like they don't have no guns, so it's all about knives. Like they'll roll up, shank shit out you on their moped and dip off.
Right.
But they gangster with it.
Right.
But no, they think we're crazy, bro. Like a lot of people idolize us as in like youth and things of that nature, but politics in other countries hate us.
Yeah.
Like
Most definitely.
they hate us, but it's because we run this little planet we're on. So
And that's a messed up thing, man.
yeah,
like,
but it reminds me of like the Roman Empire. Eventually everybody else is gonna be like, fuck them, and they're gonna make a secret meeting, and then they're gonna all come try to fuck us up.
that's what I was about to say. Like if the whole world banded together,
Right. But maybe
Like,
we got something that they know about that we don't know about that annihilate all.
I mean, we got a badass military. We got a badass
They say
military.
our National Guard's bigger than any army or military in the world. That's just our National Guard. That's not counting
Yeah.
our fucking Navy and our Marines and our Army and our fucking.
Like we got a badass military.
No, that's because we got
you put
pride.
all the branches together.
Oh yeah, we're fucking.
Oh, they
shit.
scared.
That's another thing. Everybody, oh damn, that's a rabbit hole. But that's another thing. That's another motherfucking thing. How we got a motherfucking base in every fucking country on this planet, damn near. Or 5, 6, 10 of them bitches in every country, like on
Yeah, we
every
do.
corner. That don't
Look,
okay,
when
listen
my
to
mom was
this
little-
theory. Listen to this theory though, before you go off.
All right.
The reason I mention that is because America's a prison. They say America has more prisons than every other country's prisons combined together.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now we got
That's-
these
that's a money
military
machine,
bases
man.
on all the corners of every country. So are we like playing, what was that game called? Rush, Rope? What was that board game? The war
Which
game.
one? Oh, Risk.
Risk. So did
Risk.
we play Risk and really that the world got us thinking all these countries is free, but we got the whole world enslaved?
Like we got the whole world on lock.
Yeah, like in
Is
prison.
that
Because I don't know other countries got military bases in our country, motherfucker. We ain't that
we're
stupid.
America?
Yeah, but
We
that's
would never let that happen.
no. But so why do we got bases in every other country?
That's a good question, bro. Because like, all right, look, my mom is in her 60s now, right? And when she was a little girl, you know, my family's military, so you know they were stationed in Germany,
Right.
you know, and she was over there living in Germany, and going to school there and this and that.
Right.
We got a military base in Germany.
Yeah, we got military
Like,
bases
what is we doing?
everywhere. Watching,
What is we doing?
keeping our enemies close.
My brother, my younger brother, he's stationed over in Korea right now.
Right.
We're just over there.
Right.
What are we doing? What are we doing over there?
Waiting for somebody to act stupid.
Like, what are we doing?
I told you what we're over there. Like, do we have a problem? Go ahead.
He said, "Say another motherfucker."
Right. Like, you can live your life how you want, but we go watch you do it.
Like that's weird.
Or,
You know what I mean? Like you see all these movies, the military movies and stuff. Like there's a military base literally everywhere.
or is it smart?
We're strategically placed.
Why
everywhere.
you think when Ching Chong Bow Wow keep shooting them things, every president we got, after about the second one, he's like, shoot another motherfucking one, motherfucker. I dare you. Like, that's another
that's
thing,
wild to me.
too. All these other presidents and leaders of all these other countries, they be on TV, and they all proper and shit. It don't matter the president we had the last 100 years. He'd be on TV talking about fuck you. If you got something to say, fuck you. We'll blow you up. Like, we're just bullies, bro.
That don't make no damn sense.
We're
And like you said, nobody has a military base over here.
nah.
Nobody.
But we got one in every motherfucking country. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Get in them comments. Let us know what you think, because we in a rabbit hole right now. Shit that wasn't even part of the subject.
Like, how do we manage that though? I mean, like, how?
How you talk a whole country into that shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we manage that?
Like, bro, we all got militaries, but us, we're different. We got to have like 10 bases in each one of your countries to make sure you guys don't do nothing.
Like,
Except
how do you
North
agree to that?
Korea. Because he said,
Yeah.
I kill everybody. I kill me. I kill the country. I kill you. He said, I kill the planet. Fuck with me.
Yeah, we didn't fuck with North Korea. We didn't fuck. That's
The red man crossed the line, no?
Yeah.
That was a
Yes,
first
yes,
in
he
a
did.
long time. I'm surprised somebody didn't as soon as he crossed the line. I'd have been
You know what
like,
I mean?
oh, that's gonna be a good movie in 10 years.
Right. That would have put us into, some shit we didn't want to be in.
Oh
But,
no, we'd have blew them cats up and they would have tried to nuke us and then we'd have fucked the whole planet up.
but the funny thing is, we are in South Korea, which is.
But that's a totally
right next
different
door.
country and they're way different.
It is,
Way
but the
different.
border is right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're there.
See, I'm gonna tell you what it is with them since we politicking. We will not fuck with North Korea because we know that cat will try to blow the planet up. But at the same time, he won't fuck with us because he knows we will blow his country off the fucking map overnight. So it's strategically,
that's wild, man.
strategically, we both have a reason to be like, okay, you stay over there in your shit and do your crazy shit, and we're gonna stay over here and do our crazy shit. And as long as nobody gets crazy towards each other out of these two places, we'll just act like nothing's going on. And then every now and then we have a couple words, like I said, he'll be over there testing shit, and we'll be like, do it again, motherfucker. And we just gonna blow the planet up together.
See, if that happened, they shoot something off, we shoot something off, Russia shoots something off.
The
China shoots something
fallout
off.
and the whole scientific cover of the
everybody's-
sun and the clouds, yeah, we're fucked, bro. This will be
Everybody's gonna shoot
it's
something
gonna be
off.
like the dinosaurs, bro. It's done.
And our bombs are way bigger than the other two.
Bro, I guarantee you we got shit. The shit they're showing us that we got military wise, they probably made 50 years ago. They probably got futuristic shit by now. They out here running lasers and cutting the earth in half and shit.
There's some shit, man. We got some shit.
I know, because we got some shit at my house, so I can only imagine the type of shit they got.
Right. You know what I mean? So that's a crazy scenario right there,
Yeah,
man.
but
Like,
we're in every country, like I said, like Big Brother, like, and then when something goes, we be in shit that don't even involve us, bro. We be
I
in
know.
another country and we're like, and we just be waiting, and then they be like, oh, this president dictating, he killing his own people. Ooh, we gonna take over the country and then set up a democracy, and then we gonna fucking or whatever, and they're like, then they gonna owe us. Cause they wait for shit to pop off. They wait for it till a bunch of people get killed. Then they come over there and they're like, "It's okay, buddy. You want us to help you?"
Pretty much.
Like
Bullies, straight bullies.
snakes.
But
Fucking snakes.
I couldn't imagine any other way though. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't.
No, because
Because,
some
you know-
third world countries, I couldn't live like that. I feel sorry for some
Like-
of them people.
The American way has been drilled into
Yeah, but even we got
Us.
lied to that American dream bullshit and all that.
it's not even the American dream. It's just the American way, that American way of thinking.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that has been drilled into us since we were babies.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really quitters and we don't really get scared. And even our scared people lash out and do dumb shit. And they're like,
Man, fuck your teeth.
right.
Yo, like the
Even,
Boston Tea Party. Like that's what that was.
yeah, it was.
Oh, you sending us tea? Fuck your tea.
Yeah.
Let's dump it in the river.
We got
Like, who
countries
does
sending us whole ass statues and shit, bro.
You know, France is still sending us another Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
It's a smaller version.
yeah, I
but
was reading.
they said, yeah, they sending us another one.
That's because we went over there and helped them when them cats blew that shit up. Cats were bitching about that because they were standing around our flag on the ground. I was like, they were saluting it, bro. It's a different
Yeah.
country, stupid asses. Hey, but France ain't no joke, man. Every one of their males at the age of 18 has to go through military training and keep a gun in their house. A
Hey,
rifle.
that's some shit though. I
Yeah,
mean,
your whole
that's
country's an army, bro.
that's like Switzerland.
Yeah.
They're armed. Every household has a gun,
Yeah,
but they have the lowest crime rate ever.
yeah. When we first started going to war with the Gulf, that motherfucking France was like, don't be flying over our airspace or we're gonna have a problem. And then they wanted us to pay them all hustling motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, you gotta get yours too, you know.
The fuck is you selling airspace though, bro?
Let a motherfucker fly over our airspace.
Well, they have a couple times. That kind of pissed me off too. Cause then Russians flew in up in Alaska and flew out. They was testing the waters. I was like, we should chase them down. I'm like, wrong one today.
Alaska's the wrong place to mess with.
Yeah, I know, cause that's where they got all the good shit.
They armed to the teeth down
Yeah.
there.
Cause it's the most vulnerable spot.
Yeah, but they armed. Alaska's a beast.
Well, yeah, we ain't trying to have another Pearl Harbor. That shit ain't happening again.
You know what I mean? But you know, Russia and Alaska, you know, they're this close to each
Yeah,
other.
but that's the other reason why Alaska's like it is. And Russia got some ride or die motherfuckers. They're crazy too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
drunk in the cold all year, having ass teddy bear motherfuckers.
Hey man, Russians scare me.
Some of them cats is big, bro.
You know, Russians scare me. I went to school with 2 Russians, and the women scare me too.
Well, because they like the dudes in America.
Like I went to school with this cat, and you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have the accent, but you know, they speak fluent Russian, you know what I mean? Like, and I heard him speak that, and I was like, okay.
They're like
everything sounds like they about to commit a crime.
yeah, just like the Germans. They sound mad.
Yeah.
Damn, we stereotyping, talking about
Oh, man.
politics. They taking this episode, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Or whatever.
I don't know. America.
America. What was the other subject we was gonna talk about?
Yeah, let's head to that. Drugs and alcohol and
Good.
the influences has on, you know, our creativity and, you know, what have you.
Life or whatever.
Yeah.
Good or bad. Well, I
Gutter
like I
bad.
like to start off this conversation by saying like, share, subscribe, get in the comments. But I like to start this conversation off with most of our inventions and things we use today were created from people on drugs,
Yeah,
hardcore drugs,
yeah,
from
yeah, most
from
definitely.
electricity to fucking internet to fucking all kinds of shit.
You know, you gotta be on something to
Cartoons, movies,
look, look, man, like a lot of them cartoons was cocaine filled,
or acid.
cocaine or acid,
You
you know,
just
one
ain't
of
coming
them.
up with that crazy shit sober.
All right, now listen to me, man. Like, what sober person goes out, looks at some lightning, and is like, ooh, I could catch that. We could make something out of that.
Had to be a white dude.
Who like who does that?
I don't
You know,
know.
you gotta be high as hell to go, you know what? I'm gonna catch me some lightning in a bottle. Like,
You definitely ain't rap tight.
I mean that's some crazy shit right there. Think about that.
And then after you did it, like, look, I got lightning in a bottle.
Right.
Motherfuckers like, what the fuck kind of fucking
Yeah,
sorcery
I
is
mean
this?
that's some wild stuff. Felix the Cat cartoon, absolutely.
And we're around lightning all day. Electricity more than enough to kill us all in our homes all day.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, them Felix the Cat cartoons, that was straight acid filled.
Or Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, Disney was a cocaine head, man.
Wizard of Oz.
You know, they was on something.
Fear and Loathing.
Well, I mean, that's a movie about being high.
But was it perception or were they really high? I think them cats was really high, bro.
They might have been.
I think they was.
Well, you know, Johnny Depp is a method actor.
And you know that was based off a real person's life.
That's crazy.
I just found this out like a week
Yeah, that's
ago.
crazy.
Yeah, you gotta Google that. It's fucking nuts. It was a doctor, bro.
That's wild.
It just went off.
Well, I
on
mean,
that.
that brings me back to the engineer at NASA that was smoking
PCP
$1,000 worth of crack.
and PCP. Yeah, I seen that.
$1,000 worth of crack a day. And this man
Well,
is a top engineer.
But think
at
about
NASA.
this motherfucker. He was launching motherfuckers on rockets to the moon. You have to be high to come up with some shit like that.
Like, that's crazy, man. Like,
DMX, rest in peace. His best music is when he was smoking crack.
yeah. Or Hendrix, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, Hendrix is on an acid trip, like
Elvis,
on a regular.
all fucked up.
You know, you got Janis Joplin, you
All
got,
fucked up.
you know, Kurt Cobain,
All
fucked up.
Jim Morrison.
Michael Jackson, Prince.
Morrison.
You know, I mean, and they put out some great music.
Yeah.
Great music.
Yeah.
You know, but
Zeppelin, all them cats. They was fucked up.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, you got to be in a certain mind altering state to come up with half the shit they came up with.
Yeah. Or
All right, think about this one. All right, this is a good one.
Parliament Funk.
No, they was way high.
Yeah, that was high as fuck.
They was high.
I'm surprised half of them still alive.
Right, yeah, they was high. All right, now think about this, man. All right, it's way back in the day. Way back in the day. My man said, you know, I want to talk to somebody miles away from the comfort of my home. Let me snort this rail of cocaine.
And then he made lines of rails.
And came up with the telephone system, man. Like,
It had to suck
how you
to
come
be,
up with that?
to be that
How you come
lady
up with that?
plugging and unplugging all them lines and connecting people.
But I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, how you come up with that?
How you come up with? I'm still stumped on the how you come up with the sending rockets to the fucking moon, being high.
Yeah. Like that's crazy.
What do you do
Like,
at that point when you find that out as his employer? Do you keep him?
That you smoking big crack boulders?
That you're funding $100,000 crack habit, and this motherfucker sent your rockets all to the moon. And now that you got him off crack, he can't do the rockets right. Do you start feeding them crack again?
You know, or you find somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. That's a tough situation right there. Like, you did some of your best work when you was high out your mind.
And that's happening a lot.
And then you stop and you can't function right.
It's because you ain't.
Like,
but they say a lot of different drugs open up parts of our brain that we don't use and make them active, which leads me to a lot of drugs you can use to a certain extent and certain increments, and they do open your mind to brilliant shit. And that's why, as a government, they tell us we can't use them, or they won't tell us how to use them the correct way without them fucking us up.
You know, the military
experiment.
We'll go back to the military.
Yeah, they made real.
You know, they did
shit.
They did the LSD experiment. You know, they did the PCP experiment.
The crank.
They did the ecstasy, the crank.
Yep, all that shit.
And they tested it on, you know, people and, you know, seeing what the effects were.
Yeah. Have motherfuckers in Vietnam running around a week straight, all high off motherfucking meth and shit, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's
killing machines.
Trying to make super soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, but it good and bad results.
Yeah.
I want to say, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your soldiers can stay up for, you know, days on end.
And be more focused at the beginning to an extent.
But then.
And be crazy and fearless.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you're coming down off of that, that's a bad effect, man.
Yeah, start whacking your own team and shit.
Yeah, that's a bad effect. And then you up for days on end, and that's messing with your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start to hallucinate after 5 days.
Deprivation, all that shit.
Yeah, you start hallucinating. So you seeing shit that ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is you killing your mans or is you killing the enemy?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
start making,
like, you feel what I'm saying on that?
Trigger decisions and shit.
Yeah, like that. In that instance, that's a bad thing. You know, especially if you're sending, you know, your military cats off on LSD, you hallucinated off rip. Like, you see monsters and shit. Like,
I wonder how much friendly fire went down.
Like that's some crazy shit, man. Like, I don't know, man, but you know, as far as, you know, creativity and music goes, like we've had some spectacular, you know, music come out of drug-filled shit.
Or alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some of them cats was winos, and you know, they couldn't play or function, you know, without taking a swig or two, you know what I mean? Like,
or some type of drug.
You know, that's I don't know, man. Like, I think it depends on, you know, the situation of the drugs and, you know, what the effects are.
Right.
Like,
come here, princess.
I knew I heard her in the background.
Come here, lover girl. What's the matter? Come here. To wake up. I got you. Oh, almost toward the blood. Alright. I got you. It's okay. Take out the princess. Get the princess. I got the princess.
I don't know, man, but you know, I feel if we regulated stuff, would that make a difference?
I mean, I'm sure, you know, body weight, size, things of that nature, there's ways you can use the drug to where it's not deadly no matter what the drug is, and I'm sure it has a purpose. But like anything else, I'm sure it has a negative side too. So it would have to be moderated and things of that nature,
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we
pertaining to
regulated,
situations and things of that nature.
but then people get addicted to that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, all right. Matter of fact, all right. I was watching
But there's been countries that legalize drugs. There was just a state that decriminalized all drugs, or they're trying.
all right. Look, I was watching one of them doctor videos, right?
Right,
And you know, this guy had, severe whatever pain, right? Wherever the pain was located.
right,
And, he had been on narcotics for ever, prescribed narcotics.
right,
And, he had been on them for so many years that, they no longer, did the job.
right,
Or he had to take, so many to actually feel the effects or whatever.
right.
So the doctor rolled back the prescription and, lessened the dose,
To wean them.
and he weaned him off of it, and he felt a million times better.
Well, yeah, if you do something like that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know,
I
man.
mean,
Like,
because if
it's-
you really think about it, technically, too, Big Pharma ain't gonna do that because they get paid. But you
Right.
got to think about it this way, too. Most of the drugs we got street-wise, they have in the pharmacy world.
yeah.
It's just labeled something else.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of this.
So that's another reason, too. It's like they're not.
But they tested, those drugs and the street drugs, and them drugs had negative effects. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they were putting lithium in 7-Up, and they were giving mental patients lithium, and
Right. It's putting coke
You
in
know-
Coca-Cola and shit.
yeah, I mean, like real cocaine.
Heroin you can get over the counter.
Like my grandmother, yeah, my grandmother had a original Coke bottle,
Right.
and you could see the shit floating around in the bottle.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
that's a pick me up right there.
It's sad motherfuckers getting it.
Right.
That was the
That
that was an energy drink before its time.
right. Like that's kind of crazy though. You know what I mean? That these things were in everyday things we take for granted now.
Yeah, products and things of that nature.
But sodas were considered medical at a point.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said sodas because I mean, we got viewers from everywhere, so
right.
you know what I mean.
Pop.
Like, yeah, we say pop here, but I mean that was medical back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to put lithium and cocaine and heroin and whatever other drug they could think of in those beverages, you used to have to go to the pharmacy to get like Coca-Cola and 7-Up and
Things like that.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy to me. And people were just drinking that shit like, yep.
Right. Like,
I seen one of them old school, like, first ads for 7-Up, and 7-Up had lithium in it at that point in time. And, it was an advertisement that had a baby in it. And the 7-Up ad said it's never too young to get them started. You know what I mean? Like
fucking
What?
turning them into fucking fiends.
right, like what kind of advertisement is that?
Right.
That's crazy.
Super wild. Had to be had to be some good times. You going to get that 6-pack of Coca-Cola? We're about to do some wild shit tonight.
That had to be something,
I
man.
need
Like I
some
don't
energy.
even know.
Let's drink this Coca-Cola and go ride a wild bull.
Right. I think that's how some of them things came about, man.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure they did.
I mean, they was on some shit.
That's fucking crazy to think about it. Heroin,
They was
all
on some
kinds
straight
of shit
shit.
was just floating around.
But I mean, I guess it'd be like that, man. Like, I mean, if you didn't do that, like, would you know the effects of it?
Right. Or if they didn't do that, well, we have all these things we have today people think are normal and take for granted.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, all right, if there was no drugs anywhere, you know, I mean, would we still be the society we are now?
Right.
Would we have the things that we have now?
Right. That's a fucked up thought.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy and something to think about.
Would we have progressed as quick as we have?
You know, was everything drug filled and drugs have been around since, you know, the dawn of time.
They had to have been. Because we got animals that get high off shit. Like the episode
Yeah.
we lost.
You know, fermented fruits, other animals, you know what I mean? Like
frogs, yeah, all kinds of shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
what about the people tripping off of frogs?
Yeah, they do that.
I know. Out in the fucking rainforest, licking frogs' backs, running around the bush.
Our natives, you know what I mean, were harvesting plants. You know, we got, you know, peyote, and you know, peyote you makes mescaline, and
there's been a lot of tripping through all the drugs I've noticed.
Right, like.
But
it was going on.
Is it really?
They was going on vision quests.
But is it tripping, or is it opening up parts of your brain that tell you the truth?
See, if you believe in what Native America says, it's a vision quest.
Right.
You know, it's opening up something that normally isn't there.
Right.
You seeing some stuff that I don't know, man. Like, does that give you the power to see like
the future,
everything,
something like that?
Like to see the world as it really is.
I mean,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, does that give you the power to view the world as it actually is?
That's what I said. I'm telling you, that's why they suppress drugs so much. Try to control them, because I think it opens up things that you're not supposed to see. Why we only use 10% of our brain, 9% of it out of 100, and every other animal uses their full capacity. He's got a bunch of extra mush up there. We could probably move shit, see through shit, do crazy shit.
See, all right, that's been kind of debunked. So, like,
so let me get this straight. We the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet, but we run the planet.
All right, let's hold on. I'm looking this up.
I'm gonna go throw her in the bed.
All right.
Go put you in mommy, princess. So.
All right, let's see here. Chime in if you got something to say on this. 5 resources. According to 2013, 6% of Americans believe that we only use the brain, but it's just a myth. According to the interview, neurologist Barry Gore, in Scientific America, he explained the majority of our brain is almost always active. Okay, so what I just read, it says the majority of our brain is always active, but it's controlling idle functions.
So it's just storage for mobility and blinking and breathing and
yeah, like it's your idle functions, your heartbeat, your breathing, your blinking, your taste, your smell, your hearing. Those are idle functions. So it's controlling all of that stuff. So it says your brain, stays active at all times.
Right.
Your whole brain, but it's the autopilot that's, functioning.
It's like our motherboard.
Yeah. And the other, whatever percent of our brain. Mm-hmm. If something happens to that, all systems shuts down. If something happens to that, part of the brain that's controlling the autopilot,
right,
everything shuts down.
Right. Makes sense.
What I mean? So
makes sense.
But I mean that's basically how they broke it down in quick answer.
Right. Remember, like, and share, subscribe. That's just weird to me that we would have that much mass though, and But it makes sense because we do a lot of things unconsciously, like, you know,
Yeah,
stepping right and left, all the muscles up to our legs, our balance, all that bullshit.
yeah, and that's all autopilot shit. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
That shit we don't even think about. It's just normal to us.
All right, dolphins have huge brains, right? Yeah, we back on the dolphin.
What the fuck
All
is
right,
there with these cats in these shows? They pop up everywhere.
who?
The little grapey motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, I mean,
The high grapey motherfuckers.
yeah. All right, but they have huge brains, right? And most of their brain function
What
is
up, Clash?
dedicated to you know sonar and echolocation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the majority of what their brain function
Yeah,
is.
like
You know,
bats,
I mean,
kind of.
yeah. You know, what I mean, but they're also smart at the same time.
Yeah, we know this.
Yeah, they're smart and conniving.
That's one way to put it.
That's the only way I can put it. You know, so they don't take this episode too.
Right.
They're assholes.
But then you got some big ass whales that barely got a brain. And they like the biggest animals on earth.
Is that true though?
I mean, so they
But
say.
then, all right, but then you got you know things like cephalopods, like octopuses and stuff.
Yeah, them cats are smart as fuck.
They're stupid smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but they're a big ball of mush.
Yeah, but
But
I think they wear
you know,
cloaks.
you know what I'm thinking?
They wear
The
cloaks.
octopus is one big brain.
Yeah.
It's one big.
Yeah.
It's
I think
one
if
big brain.
I
man.
think you can attach it to a. I think they can attach to a headed thing and fucking run around and control it.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
Me
Seriously.
neither.
You know, and you know what's you know really interesting about octopuses? Like their tentacles, the suction cups on their tentacles.
Yeah.
Each of those is an individual.
Yeah.
You know, brain
Yeah.
thing that sends
And they got
information back.
got what, 2 or 3 hearts?
Yeah.
Some shit.
You know, they're real interesting.
And
you
they-
know what I mean? Like,
And they
'cause-
wear disappearing cloaks.
yeah,
And
they're real good at that. They're real good at that.
they can squeeze through a fucking goddamn quarter size hole.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
That's crazy. I mean, but they're a big ball of mush.
right. It's like the blob.
You know what I mean? You know, they're just squishy matter. Like
Right.
it's like they're a giant living brain. You know, just scuttling around.
That's another thing that bugs me though too. We keep journeying out to space, but we ain't figured out the oceans and everything around here, or been to the bottom of some shits and things of that nature.
You know, personally, all right, this is my personal opinion here. I think, you know, some of that marine life is alien life.
Could be.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, kind of like
they here,
at one point they said we walked up out the water.
yeah. But you know, I'm thinking, you know, some of that marine life is alien. Like, why is octopus so smart?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Well, I think of that in some ways too, because water covers like what 80-90% of the earth. So why would
Something like that. It's like
so why would
it's a large percentage.
so why would the smaller mass of the earth be us running the earth? That's kind of weird to me too. Just like they say, if insects band together, there's enough insects in the world to kill us off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You know, but they lack the intelligence.
right. Or do
Or they just don't want they just don't want the problem.
yeah, or they don't want to take the casualties in the process.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy, man. Like,
But at the same time, everything has a purpose and links to another thing. So are we really just all the same thing that just mutated into a bunch of different things? That's why, because if you think about everything is based off of something, everything's needed for something. That's what they say.
all right, you know, I'm gonna take it back to the ocean here. All right, let's look at a coral reef. Okay,
Right,
you know that is a thriving ecosystem.
right,
You got multiple things living there. You got, you know, smart things, circle of life things,
Right.
just all around. It's a society. I mean, when you break it down to that, it's a society.
Yeah, it's like
You
a
got-
country.
Yeah, you got multiple animals living in a habitable area,
Right.
you know, and they live there every day.
Remember, speak your minds, tap in.
You know what I mean? Like it's a society.
Right.
So what are we not seeing?
What do you mean? It's the same everywhere, though. It's like, you know, the saying, a dog eat dog world. It don't matter if it's in the animal kingdom. It don't matter if it's in the ocean. There's
Yeah, I
there's
feel
levels
that. You know what I mean?
to
Like
it.
I feel that, but I mean, I'm talking about, you know, the ocean, that ocean ecosystem.
Oh, there's
You know what I
gotta
mean?
be something down in the darkness compared to some of the shit that's popped up.
Oh, we've seen some shit in the darkness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you
You
see
know-
pools inside of fucking oceans and shit, ponds and shit like that. And pockets. How you getting pockets fucking thousands of feet underwater?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird place, and we don't know nothing about
There
it.
probably ain't no magnum
Most
in the
water,
middle of
and
the
we-
fucking earth. It's probably a whole nother society.
It's so much rain.
It's the lizard people.
All right, that's a good point. Read the comment.
So land is harder to make for the plates that make up the earth. That's why we have most water and we get so much rain and not enough to get rid of it. Yeah, I get that all. And plus land's built off volcanic, you know, fucking ruptures and things of that
Yeah.
nature. So I get the ratio of rain to, you know, land. But my point wasn't so much about the land to water part, but what I'm saying is how did the land be the smaller of the two and we become the dominant of the planet? But are we dominant because we ain't made it to the bottom of the ocean, so we don't know what's down there?
I don't want to know what's down there. There's
No.
too many things in that motherfucker that can kill you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't want to know. Look, man, like I seen that footage of the giant squid.
Oh, that shit's
don't-
scary. Or the one
I don't.
you talking about, the
wanna know
one
what's
that be
down there.
flashing and fucking
Yeah,
doing crazy shit
yeah,
that's like fucking 20, 60 feet long or something?
yeah. I don't want to. Look, they down there fighting sperm whales, man. Like I don't want to
No,
know
they
what's
ain't
down,
there fighting, but they gang banging them and tying them cats up.
I swear to God, that's what happens, because that's the sperm whale's main meal, you know. But they down there banging it out. The squids ain't no hoes, man. Like they down there banging it out.
Well, imagine what's below them, though. They probably just the pawns of the situation of the army.
I don't want to know.
See them fish with
Like
with them lanterns and them big old fucking teeths and shit.
that there's some scary shit down there, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Like,
what I
they're-
said.
And we keep diving in this motherfucker. And
Yeah, but why do
finding
we
new
keep
things.
going further and further in space, but we can't go further in the ocean? It's almost like they know what's down there and they don't want nobody to know.
I don't want to know.
I do.
I don't. Like that's some scary stuff, man. Like
I want a pet dragon, and I'm never gonna get one.
you know, I don't want that shit. You know, there's look, you can go 2 feet in the ocean
And get fucked up.
and something's gonna get you. You know what I
can go
mean?
on the
Like,
shores of the ocean and get poisoned.
yeah, I'm not going there. Everything in there is dangerous. Every single thing in there is dangerous, man. Like, look, man, I lived in a coastal state, man. Like, that ain't cool. Like, the ocean is a scary, scary place,
Oh, I've
man.
seen some shit. I've seen the fucking sharks chase the jellyfish in. I've seen all kinds of crazy shit. I was picking up swordfish on the beach, not knowing no better.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I've been to the ocean many times, and every time I do not get in that water.
No, it's a dangerous place. I don't get Lake
And I'll-
Erie
I'll-
though
and
either. I ain't trying to grow extra limbs.
Well, yeah, you know, that's toxic as fuck.
Right.
You know, and
You should be.
the government is all
True that.
that's oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think we should explore what's on the planet instead of trying to find out what's outside the planet.
But my point is, if we can make it billions of miles, billions of light years out into space, but we ain't worried about exploring thousands of feet under the ocean to see what's really going on. And then think about it this way. But you could drill to the center of the earth or whatever the fuck you did to know that there's magma in the middle of the earth, but you can't get to the bottom of the ocean. I don't believe that shit.
Neither do I.
Something's not right.
Something's down there, man.
Like, just something.
Yeah, not all fish will kill you, but there's a lot of fish out there that will.
Right.
You know,
but my point is, a lot of that shit don't add up to me.
Look, man, I don't want to know what's in space. I don't care. It's light years away.
Space is probably a fucking grid in the Matrix.
Yeah, I don't want to know what's out there. I don't care. I want to know what's on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
because they coming up with new animals every other week, man. Like, come on now.
Finding new shit.
Right.
Still ain't got Bigfoot though.
You know, Bigfoot's a good hider.
You see that motherfucker tell him I want my six-pack back from the campfire. Forgot about that shit.
That's how you feel about it?
Yeah, he don't even play fair, bro. You don't even see him.
I mean, do you believe in mythical stuff like that? Like, I mean,
I was riding Nessie through Lake Erie once, but I think I was pretty high.
I mean, could there be stuff out there like that though? I mean, like, you think?
I don't know. It's back to that see it to believe it, and I ain't never seen no shit like that.
We don't know what the middle of the earth means. 40,000 feet deep in there. Huh.
I know, because we would a good transportation company would have done made that motherfucking excavator from one side of the earth to the other if you want to go flat round, and we'd have popped out on the other side and saved all kinds of money and got rich.
Yeah, but do you really want to do that?
And unleash all that magnum onto the earth? Fuck yeah, let's do it. No.
All right. Let's get it.
No, that throw off our rotation, supposedly, all that bullshit. Our gravity pull and all that crazy shit.
Well, according to what science says, yeah.
Yeah, he said we don't know at the middle of the earth we got 40,000 feet. Yeah, but they say it's full of magnum and that's how stars are created. So where the fuck they get this theory from? Or, well, I don't want to say theory, but they claim it's a fact. So how they know that shit if we didn't do it to another planet or Earth? That's what I said. Some shit just don't add up.
You know, and I don't think we have equipment strong enough to see into the center of the earth.
No, and you ain't drilling that fucking far. You're gonna be drilling forever.
I mean, we got sonar equipment, but you ain't bouncing nothing that far to the center of the earth.
Well, no. What are you bouncing off of anyway?
Well, I mean, sonar bounces, off of whatever it hits and comes back and
the density,
gives you a visual.
Right, I get that.
Yeah. But I mean, we don't have shit capable enough to seeing to the center. At least, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, see, he said we haven't even reached the mantle, and that's not even that far down. You know what I mean? Like that's not that far down at all.
Yeah, no, but then how the fuck do they come up with all this other shit then, minus the volcanoes and the fucking shit builds land, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
in the middle of the earth is whoop-de-whoop, and they just fucking assume that shit? Or are they lying?
Unless you can dissect something and see it for yourself, I mean, that's the only way to actually know it. I mean, that's a seeing is believing thing.
Just like I hate that round and flat shit, because even if we're round, we're not round. We're like a bumpy ass gravel rock in the driveway. We're shaped all fucked up.
Yeah, I'll buy that theory a little more than the other.
But to tell you the truth, we could be like a fucking ant farm on a desktop somewhere.
And we've talked about that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
If I try to
You
drill
know,
to the center, to the earth, your main problem would be your drill overheating. Yeah, I get that concept. But like I said, there's probably technology that we ain't seen that they created 20 years ago, too. But no, I get that. And you'd have to fucking connect drill bit after drill bit after drill bit after drill bit. And none
you know,
of
we
them.
do have that laser technology that they do
And
have.
then one of them drill bits in the process would have to not break. And then you'd have to pull all that up. And it could be a year of drilling. You got to pull it all up for another year and start over. So I get all that shit.
Yeah, it's a crazy little scenario, man. Like,
Yeah.
wait, how did we get here from drugs and alcohol to how did we end up here?
I don't know.
And my guy,
I'm here.
he's sitting in silence.
I'm here, motherfucker. What you need me for?
Here's something I found. All right, what you find?
What you find? Was it the prize in the cereal box or the Cracker Jacks? The
I'm
suspense,
curious.
the suspense is killing
Right.
me. And plus, there's always a lag between the comments and the video. So I'm over here like, what do you find? What do you find? But nah, I don't know. We be going down rabbit holes. But that goes back to the, the seeing it to believe it type of shit.
Right.
But does that even mean it's real? Because everything they told us could just be, a brainwash for all we know. We don't know if the Earth is the Earth, if we're really going to space. We don't know what the fuck's what. This could all be a big ass mirage. You could be
we could be a speck of dust, floating through the air, man. Like,
we could be a parasite in another animal or whatever you want to call it.
that's a fucked up parasite.
Yeah. I mean, we are fucked up.
Well, yeah.
We got on that parasite shit before too.
Yeah, I know. But I mean that's basically what we break down to.
Yeah.
We're parasitic.
Parasitic.
We do nothing beneficial for anything.
Parasitic when I shit it.
Yeah. All right. Are we gonna find out what he found?
I don't know. If he's gonna spit it out or what.
I'm dying over here.
Everybody's waiting. We gotta see what you found. I don't know. I think anything's possible if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, until I see it's not possible, but then I still believe, that technically that don't mean it's not possible. That person or somebody just didn't accomplish it, didn't have the wisdom.
Right.
He said, Earth's deepest artificial hole stretches 40,000 feet below the surface, but it's only covered by a rusty metal lid. Russia's Kola super deep borehole was created by the Soviets in the name of science. Oh, so these cats are already trying to make a Magna cannon.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Right. He said, so
I think eventually we're just going to destroy everything.
Well, yeah, we're going to be our own demise.
Yeah, that's
Whether,
I hate to say that.
Whether we kill each other off or we kill the planet, we're going to be our own demise.
Yeah.
So,
like that, I don't know. That's some crazy shit, though.
A little bit.
What are we just sitting back and waiting for, that to happen or what?
Well, I mean, evidently, there is no end goal. We don't got that because we don't know when the end is. So I think what it is just people live to their comfort.
Oh, yeah.
And navigate through life.
So, you're implementing the live life to the fullest.
Or what you can accomplish, yeah. Or you fight your way through life, either or, everybody's different places in life, different net worth type of situations and shit like that. So, yeah. Because, some people live in, like, no disrespect, like fucking mud huts and shit like that. Then you got colonies of, like, tribes and things of that nature that fucking choose not to ever be modern. They've lived the same for thousands and thousands of years, as a tribe in the jungle doing what they do.
But they're so isolated, they don't know no better.
Yeah, but they could know better, but they be fucking people up that try to come in. We're like
Yeah.
foreign, you know what I'm saying? We're like the
Well,
devils.
I mean, like, all right, like how do those people perceive planes and stuff and boats? Because I know boats and planes fly over those areas, those remote areas and
Yeah. Tell them,
stuff
give me
like
2
that.
seconds. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's
So how do they perceive that?
I don't know.
That's like the Amish, man. Like you no look,
I
man,
gotta
like
answer my door, but yeah, speak on it.
like you progress so far, and then you said, nah, we're not gonna progress no more. Yes, we need ideas of what to talk about. What you got? We always need stuff to talk about. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Graveyard Shift. We do this every Friday at 11. Suspense is killing me again. And now I'm to hear this, yapping to myself because, my co-host done bounced on me. But it's all good. All right, courtrooms and how it works. All right, so like, what are you saying? Like, why does that person get to judge you and sentence you to whatever you're sentenced to, or what are we saying here? Well, what do you mean? I thought it was 12, not 11. Oh no, we switched the time of the show, man. Like that's that's what happened there. We figured 11 o'clock was a better time. That's what you're asking. Was that what you were asking? The suspense. It's overwhelming. Just courts in general. I can't explain courts. Like our judicial system makes no sense to me. Our judicial system is flawed, and all the branches of the government are flawed if you look down into it. Like nothing makes any sense. They're just higher ups just throwing random rules out, and we're supposed to follow them and just abide by it. We're born knowing right from wrong, man. Like it's wrong to kill somebody, and I don't know. It's just that's a weird subject to me, because I already think our judicial system and all other branches of the government are kind of wonky to begin with. You feel what I'm saying? Absolutely. The government is all kinds of messed up. You know, I'm an anarchist. Like, you know, I want to see everything crash and restart. That's what we need. We need a full restart on everything. No, COVID does not help. You know, it's, you know, that the way they did that, it caused mass hysteria. You know what I mean? And you know, we talked about this on a previous show. You know, where did all the other, you know, diseases and stuff go? Like, where'd the flu go? Where'd the common cold go? You know, what happened to those? You know, you haven't heard anything about the flu. You haven't heard anything about a cold. You haven't heard anything about anything because everything is COVID now. You know, everything else went away. Did it all get cured? No, it's still there, but everything comes up as COVID now, which is nonsense. Feel what I'm saying? The anticipation. You know, all right, I'm gonna speak on that a little more. All right, when they shut the whole world down, you know, I'm thinking this disease is like the plague, man, and we're just gonna have mass bodies in the street, you know, or you know, they're just gonna be hauling off, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, and you know what I mean? Like it was gonna be something more than what it was.
I thought the Gorbulites was trying to get me and shit. What I
It
missed?
happens.
What I missed? What I missed?
We were talking about the court system and the government and, you know, COVID and, you know, stuff like that. You know, my man just has been, you know, giving us subjects to talk about.
Right. Went off in the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. He said, like, yeah, I got the flu. Oh, you have COVID.
I just
You know
died
what I
in a
mean?
car
That's-
accident. I died from COVID. Y'all are
Yeah.
saying that shit. That's a bad word to be throwing around.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it needs to be talked about, man. Like,
They're definitely banning this episode.
they ain't banning this episode. I mean, like, we were talking about like what happened to the flu, what happened to the common cold, what happened to
All that.
you know, anything else but COVID.
Right. Yeah, no, all that went away for the moment.
You know, I got an asthma attack. I went to the hospital, you know, and I got COVID because I got asthma. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. You know what I mean?
My
like,
chick got tested every Monday at work, and one day she come up positive, quarantined us for 10 days. Me and my 3-year-old, well, she was 2.5 at the time, slept with her, you know, in the bed every night. We did our thing, you know, whatever.
right,
Things of that nature, because I figure if I was hit anyway, you know what I mean?
right.
But me and my daughter never once, you know, nothing. But, you know, I do got that weird blood type, too. They say it almost don't get it at all, so. But that's not saying it's not real. Like, I don't doubt that fact. I just don't believe it is what it is. It's, you know, it's like a
Right.
cold, flu, all that shit.
You know, like, all right, same scenario there. Like, all right, my mother had it, you know, and you know, we hugged her, you know, we were in the same room with her, you know, for a good long time, you know what I mean? And
Right,
you know, nobody else got it but her.
right.
You know, the whole household. But you know, they put us on lockdown, you know, because we were around her.
Just because, right.
Just because. But like everybody in that house, you know, nobody got it.
Right.
Nobody got it but her.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
You know what I mean?
weird.
So it's a crazy thing, man. Like I don't know, man. Like, but everything is not COVID.
No, but they try to make it out to be.
Yeah, everything is not COVID, man. Like, but like I was telling him, all other, illnesses and sicknesses disappear.
Mm-hmm. Said I had it back just in case, and before ask, I do not trust it. Yeah, I have no problem with people that vaccinate. I have no problem with people that wear masks. If that makes you feel comfortable, that's your choice. I just choose not to because I have my own opinions on that stuff.
Yeah, I don't
And
trust vaccine, but
I'd rather my body, build, if I do get it, build a natural immune to it. I feel safer that way. And that's not to say because, there are people that, their bodies are compromised, HIV, things of that nature, they might need it. So, like I said, I don't knock that. I just think everybody should have their own choice. It shouldn't be forced upon nobody. And we shouldn't be having lotteries and shit for it and all that. That's a little skeptical.
yeah, that was crazy. That was straight crazy. Get the vaccine, win $1 million. Like
Right.
what?
Somebody did.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said,
Like
I
that-
don't knock it because I believe, everybody should have the choice to take their own precautions and do how they want, unless it's affecting other people, which has kind of been in a nutshell, not really. And
I don't trust it for the simple fact that it just came out too quick.
well, right, and we've had flu
You know what I mean?
and everything else for hundreds
Yeah,
of
it
years.
came out
right.
way too quick. That vaccination came out, unbelievably quick. That was like they had this plan. Like that's what it seems like. They had it planned, and they were working on that from the start. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it seems like to me. And they're just like, oh well, here's a vaccine.
Yeah, no, and then
We're
there's
good.
a
We
bunch
got
of
it.
different ones now.
You know what I mean? Like usually stuff like that goes through a trial period, and let's see the long-term effects of it and this and that. But no, that it came out instantly, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't trust that.
Yeah, no, it's
One of the first 12, 13-year-olds that got only 6 grieving their students.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If they try to force it upon my kids will be homeschooled.
It's coming. You know that,
Well,
right?
just like to be in public, I bet you somewhere down the line, if they keep pushing this agenda, it's gonna be like your ID, like your driver's license. I have to say if you're vaccinated or not too. And you got me
we've
fucked up.
been down this on a different show too.
I'll be up in the hills with them things, living off the land. Before I turn into Zombie Land and Hunger Games and all that shit.
And that's what we said it was gonna, come to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I hope it doesn't, but
Oh, that'll suck because I'm getting old.
I'm not trying to Hunger Games, this whole thing.
No, hell no.
I ain't got that in me now.
No. No.
Maybe 10 years back, yeah, I could have pulled that off.
Yeah.
But no, not now.
I can't do that there. This ain't the age and time. I could Mad Max some shit though.
No, yeah, well, I think we're heading to that too. So,
Yeah.
but what do I know?
It's like the Roman Empire and every other great empire. Eventually it falls.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
He
All
said,
right, we've been on.
he said he said the only reason I got the COVID back was for YouTube content. What the fuck? That's motherfucking determination right there.
Right.
That's ambition. Oh,
That's
shit.
crazy.
Hey, do what you do. He said, I'm gonna get my likes.
I hate shots too.
Yeah, that's like one of my worst things in the world. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I don't go to the hospital till I'm almost dead. Because I know the first thing they do
I have
is
to be.
shove an IV or something in you. I'm like, and I think about that before. Yeah, I'd be sick and dying. Like, I don't want to go. They're gonna hit me with a needle.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Or the
Yeah,
day
like,
they
that's-
remember the day they bent the needle in my ass and you and Beaner was watching. When we was playing basketball and I jumped and never left the ground.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was a fucked up day. And then the bitch kept shoving the needle in my ass. That was the shittier part. It was all
Yeah.
it was a hook needle at that point. My ass was tore up for months.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. That shit hurts. If you have to get a shot in your ass, that is the worst shot ever.
Yeah, that just gave me chills.
Like that's painful for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't down with the shot. I can never be a booter or whatever they're called. I'd pass out every time.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the doctor be like, you gotta get blood work next week. It takes me like 3 months to go in there with that paper and get blood work.
That's funny.
I gotta like geek myself up for a month. It's fucked up. I don't do the needles. I can't. Fuck that. They be like, you need kidney surgery. You're gonna die. I'm like, fuck, they're gonna put IVs in me. They're like, sir, but you could die. I'm like, yeah, but they're gonna put needles in me.
Like I was a sick child, man, and you know, like when I was growing up, when I was little, I was in and out of the hospital like all the time. Like I had severe asthma.
Right.
And so I was in the hospital like, you know, maybe once a month, like for a week straight.
Right.
So, you know, living through that, you know, and that was up till I was like 17. You know what I mean? So doing that, I have to be dying to go to the hospital now.
Remember when a judge kicked me out of the courtroom because I was dying?
Yeah.
And then they threw me in the back of a minivan in the trunk and took me to the emergency room. And then I went in there and I died on the floor real quick.
I don't want to know the best way to take your tip.
Well, you guys, yeah, up your ass.
Yeah, no.
That's the best way to get fucked up too. Get drugs past your liver. They hit you harder. They don't.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Shit, no, fuck that.
You know, we ain't doing that.
I'm starting to think this cat's got some kind of booty hole fetish. You trying to come out and tell us something, bro? Don't be getting all crazy now. You part of the elemental piece?
Oh, we're getting banned.
Oh yeah, it's the elemental piece. I still haven't learned my ABCs yet. Or CBAs or whatever the fuck they are.
Oh man.
I had another pop-up here and I didn't know it. I had cottonmouth all this.
We've been on for a minute, man.
We've been on for, oh shit.
Almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, yeah.
And we're out of subjects.
Sorry, I had cottonmouth.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah. So here we are again. At a standoff.
We're at a standoff?
With the world. Like Pinky and the Brain, aka Dusty
What?
and Dirt. Every Friday on Graveyard Shift at 11 o'clock. Not 12 no more. We in here at 11.
Yeah, we had 11.
So remember, like, share, and subscribe. Ashtabula's own Graveyard Shift.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! With Dusty and Dirt, aka Desyple Nite. But yeah, if you guys got subjects you want to talk about, remember, you could throw them in the comments or inbox us. Remember?
Like I said, my man's was talking about the court system and like how it works.
Oh, fuck that shit's a setup for failure. It's all about money too.
You know, and I was telling him, you know, it's a flawed system. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it definitely needs a revamp. I don't know the what.
How is one person, you know, gonna judge me?
Right. Well, how can you murder?
You're judge, jury, and execution.
Yeah,
like that's pretty much what that is.
I mean, how can you murder somebody for murder when murder is murder? So if we go by our laws, if I murder somebody, you put me on death row. Whoever put the IV in me or pulled the switch to murder me should now be on trial for murder. Murder is murder.
The Simpsons is in the cartoon.
Yeah, they predicted a lot of shit.
Yes, they did.
That's a little freaky too. And people,
the man's a time traveler.
People are putting that together. That's because we're in the fucking Matrix, bro.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
What he made it out of the Matrix and predicted the stuff?
Maybe. I don't know. Anything's possible, like I said. I might be God.
You're a figment of my imagination.
This could all be a figment of my imagination.
It probably is.
I'm probably in a coma right now. Or how they say you see your whole life when you die. It could be that too.
Yeah, we talked about that on another show.
Right. I don't know why they had to replay this shit for me like I didn't have the memories already.
Well, you know, you need the playback.
Yeah. Every second. That sucks. They could have left out some shit.
I mean, it makes for good entertainment.
I guess. So I'm just like trapped in never-ending time now, right? Until I make it to the end of my dream.
Would that be a time paradox? All right, if you're in the last 8 minutes of your life right now, right, and everything is flashing before your eyes, every second of your life, every detail of your life.
Didn't we talk?
Then you get to the death. Does it start over, and it flashes before your eyes again?
I don't know, because that would lead into, like they say, deja vu is past memories and shit from other lives and shit like that. And this cat said, how about you guys talk about schools? Schools is made for programming. And when I say programming, I'm not talking about your kids singing and things of that nature. And that would be a whole another hour of a show.
Yeah.
Because
I don't want to hit this, but
no, it's all about brainwashing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to.
Minus the basics of like learning to write, read, and count, things of that nature.
School does not teach you what it's like to live life.
They teach you how to be a corporate
they don't
slave.
prepare for
it. School is to teach you to be a corporate slave.
And we talked about this on another show.
Yeah, you gotta go back watch one of the older shows. It's labeled, but yeah, we went down that route because.
And you know, school is there to get you a job.
Yeah, and then put you in debt the rest of your life till by the time you're old enough to retire and pay shit off, you can't enjoy life in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Slavery never ended. It just went corporate.
And then we talked about that too. And, you know, you're going to be 65 years old, you know, getting ready to retire, and you're 65 and you can't enjoy yourself.
Right. Makes no sense.
That's basically what it breaks down to. That's the American dream, man. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You go to school to get a job to work the next, you know, 50 years, and maybe by then you could retire and have enough money and make something happen. Are you not paying attention?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Just over there doing stuff.
Forgot, because I got all kinds of businesses and shits and stuff going on, and we got appointments and things of that nature. Remember, sponsored by Asling Entertainment. Remember, get at us for them videos, commercials, clothes, everything.
He texted a friend to see if he had some ideas. He just likes listening to us talk.
Something wrong with y'all. Yes, I am smoking. Medically approved. I got my
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, why do people like listening to us talk?
Because we're like the breakfast show, you know, late night, morning, whatever. And we speak about shit, whatever. It's like it's like an old radio station or news station.
Yeah, but most of the time we're just on here rambling about shit.
Take about your jobs. I'm thinking he said
talk about jobs.
Talk about our jobs. Well, this could lead down a fucked up path too.
All right, well, let's get it.
Like, do you guys live off of it or what? To an extent.
This is just something we do to keep ourselves
the podcast
sane.
Yeah, the podcast, like what we're on right now, we don't so much make money. We make pennies at this moment.
But you know, we like doing it though.
Right. We do it because we like doing it. The music and things of that nature, yes, we make money off of time.
Photography.
Right, photography.
Videography.
The videography, because, you know, we run Asling Entertainment, LLC. You can look that up online. clothing, photography, videography, you know, music videos, commercials for companies. We make money off of things like that.
We had a minor setback though.
Yeah,
So
and that's
you
on
know, we
one of
lost
the
our building and
episodes, or you can look on the page. It's on the page, all that info. But
yeah.
no, it's like a 50-50 type of thing, kind of in a way, depending on what day it is, until it blows up, blows up. But we just started this new company in March, so you know we're building this one from the ground up. Have plenty of
Yes, sir.
other shows, plenty of other albums. Most of y'all know that. All that fun stuff. Been running the studios for 25 years now,
Yeah, pretty much. I
something
mean,
like
that's,
that. But no,
you know,
it's not all glitter and fucking stars like people think, and we're not. No, we don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it. We're not.
wish.
Yeah, we're
I
not
wish.
corporate and all that fun stuff. We're no different than you guys living day to day.
We just make it look good.
I guess I just do what I do. How many more subs do you need to get 300K? I had 300K. I actually lost some subs. I think I'm down to like,
No. 300,000.
oh,
That's what he's asking.
well, fuck, I don't
A
know.
lot.
Yeah, because I only got 3,000. So like 200 and motherfucking 97,000 subs.
Check YT Studio. What is that?
I don't know. I'd have to go look later, see what he's talking about.
Are you another YouTuber?
He said, check YouTube Studio. Yeah, I know. I don't have to. I know my math. If I got 3,000 subs, then I need another fucking 200 and 997 subs.
A lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Well, actually, it would be fuck 200 and fuck a lot. I'm not even gonna think about
A lot.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. We need
Over a
lot.
250,000, put it that way.
Oh no.
Oh,
we're
3K.
there.
I was at 3K. I think I'm at 2,999. I don't know. Let me go look real quick. Because I was doing a lot of interviews too, and I slowed the interviews lately. Remember, if you're interested in getting interviewed, hit me up. We do that on ShoeView. Let me go look in my studio.
And you are another YouTuber? Is that what you're saying you had to?
Find my YouTube studio on my motherfucking phone. I got 2,987 subscribers right now. So to get back to where I was at the 3K plus, I would roughly need 13 subscribers. Just 13. But I'd rather have, you know, subscribers that, you know, actually pay attention and things of that nature. No disrespect to nobody, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't care about the number of subscribers. It's just what we
Right.
do, and having people involved and things of that nature. And plus keeping up, you know, with everything going on and the business and all that fun stuff.
I'm gonna go check out my man's YouTube. Go ahead, keep talking.
I was looking
Still
at
with
his
you.
name. I was like, what is his YouTube? But then I'm like, he's talking to us on YouTube. But yeah, to me, it's the interaction, the common sense, people speaking their mind, interacting, you know, all that good stuff. Plus, in between, we get to promote everything we do and things of that nature. We'll talk about a lot of subjects people won't talk about, and we have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really pick and choose sides. Everybody has their own opinions, things of that nature. So we tell y'all, like, share, subscribe. What you missed, run back and watch it when the live's over, or you can watch it later on, next day, later on in the week. Dusty and Dirt
Dusty and Dirt.
on GraveYard shit. Every Friday at 11 now. So we going an hour early. What you doing? Checking out his YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Donnie Osborne. I know who that is, Junior.
Okay.
It's his son though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking out his YouTube page. Well, all right, that's cool. You know, younger people watching the show.
Well, yeah.
I like it.
But
That's what's up.
yeah. I think the age bracket's like 18 to 60, or not 60, but 18 to 34 or 38 is our biggest age bracket. But that's like two age brackets together, the way they break it down.
Yeah.
And then we got our younger stragglers, and then we got our old heads that we be talking about that still in them streets and all that fun shit.
Oh, he took his account.
Oh, damn, you
I feel it.
shit, I got to have that. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, we enjoy doing this. So I mean,
yeah, and the little perks and benefits and all that shit every now and then are worth it. But it's just something we've always did between music and everything else that comes with it. Entertainment, I should say.
right.
It's what we always did. Gives the bread and butter sometimes. Other times it just be stressful and you want to knock people the fuck out. But we too old for that.
13 to use a Google account. You have to be 13 years old to use a Google account.
Well, I know I'm Google verified and all that crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really
Don't
crazy.
you gotta be 18 to have a Facebook technically?
Do you?
I think.
Is that what the age limit is on that?
I don't know if it changed, but I know at one point it was, I swear. By the moon and the stars
Yeah, you're right.
in the sky.
And I swear.
Music Tourette's.
God, Jesus, stop that.
It's music Tourette's.
No, but yeah, it was 18 because you remember you had the little teeny boppers that were
putting fake fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, birth dates and shit.
that's funny.
A little bit. I want to know who the.
Officially, the age allowed by YouTube to open an account is 13 years old.
Well, yeah, because you get some creative youngsters when it comes to video and shit like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. So you got to be a teen.
Yeah. Oh, makes sense.
Fun
You know what I
fact.
mean? If you're putting video stuff out, you don't want to.
Right.
Facebook is 13 plus. I think he thinks. Yeah, I mean, you don't want creepy predators coming after you.
Right. Things of that nature.
You know what I mean? And there's some sick fucks out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I don't get that either. We talked about that.
I was
There's not a
about.
lot we
I was about to
there's not a
say
lot we
that.
haven't talked about. 13 years of age, Facebook policy requires members to be 13 years old before they can create an account.
Makes sense.
Okay, that ain't bad. I mean, what is that, junior high?
Yeah. Right in the
Yeah.
junior high. Things of that nature. Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But YouTube went on for YouTube for 3 years now. Putting out content.
I don't know.
I mean, this is some good conversation.
Yeah.
Got what brought you to this show? That's what I want to know.
I know his daddy. I've known his daddy a long time. 7th grade is 13. Yeah, that's junior high, ain't it?
Yeah,
At least 7 and 8 was junior high when I went to
Yeah.
school. Going to 8th. Yeah.
yeah. What brought you to the show? That's I'm curious about that because I don't think we've had any young people on the show.
No, I've seen him on here before.
Really?
Yeah. Said his
I'm gonna have to
dad.
go back and look through the other shows and see. But I think that's cool. That. Okay. Yeah, he said his dad.
Yeah. Now we've been rocking like 2 hours and 13 minutes.
All right, you want to call it?
Yeah, we about to kill it on remember the first couple episodes used to just cut off
Yeah.
out of nowhere?
They just stopped just right in the middle of it.
It'd be like 2 hours and then bitches would just cut. But no, we do.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just capping it off.
Oh, okay. Well, do your thing.
But no, we definitely appreciate you know, everybody that watches, everybody that shares, everybody that subscribes, among other things. Remember, we do this every Friday at 11 o'clock.
Every Friday.
on
Man,
GraveYard
have we
Shift.
really been doing this 15 weeks?
Yeah, it's been 15 weeks now.
Wow.
Episode
That's crazy.
15. So remember, let your friends know about us. Remember, check out anything AslangEntertainmentLLC.com. It's got the gear, it's got the shows, it's got the music, it's got all that stuff where you can find
Like,
us.
share, subscribe.
Right, you can find us on Facebook and everywhere else. We definitely appreciate everybody. I like people, you know, that get in the comments and speak their mind. Remember, if you got a subject that you think needs to be talked about, hit one of us up in our inbox or throw it in the comments on the show, and it might be a subject on one of the shows. Remember, we talk about just about anything pretty much.
And if you want to be a special guest on our show, let us
Yeah,
know.
hit us up. We get you on Zoom, bring you on the show, all that fun stuff. Remember, this Astro Villa Zone graveyard shift.
Yes, sir.
We do this. I'll be high. But now,
Oh, you
we
stupid,
be
man.
speaking some truth, though. And I do like, you know, some of the people that, you know, do get the feedback and things of that nature. So
Absolutely.
I like hearing other people's opinions because, you know, you never know what you might learn. But
Absolutely.
other than that, I'm going to quit jabbering unless you got something to say.
No, you said it all, my guy.
He said it all. Other than that, remember, like he said, like, share, and subscribe. Remember, catch us next Friday. And remember, if you got to the show late, as soon as it ends, you can run it back from the beginning. All the shows are on YouTube. You can check them out. Other than that,
Minus episode 10.
yeah, they took episode 10 because we was being reckless. Other than that, we're going to end it like we always do. Remember, we appreciate you. Without you, this ain't possible. And I'm going to do it like we always do. Peace.
Yes.
Peace.
Yes.
Like, share.